Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feared the Most High, and strewed evil, and still he holdeth fast his integrity. Although thou movest me against him to destroy him without cause. And Satan answered the Lord and said, skin for skin, yea, all that have a man, have will be given for his life. But put forth thy hand now and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face. And the Lord said unto Satan, because he is in thy hand, will save his life. So when Satan went forth, Satan forth from the presence of the Lord and smote Job with sore bowels from the sole of his foot unto his crown. And he took him a potsherd to scrape himself withal, and he sat down among the ashes. Then said his wife unto him, dost thou still retain thy integrity? Curse the Most High and die.
And basically, your woman's supposed to be your companion and your confidant, man. So in reality, she's supposed to be supporting Job, telling him to fight the good fight, man. But however, you know, you could tell that she was a companion of Satan, because everybody died in Job's household, excluding her.
Yeah, and, verse 10, but he said to her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What should we receive good at the hand of the Most High? And should we not receive evil?
So Job understood from a spiritual sense that it's a balance in everything, man. And then at the same time, that's how you're supposed to check your woman when she's talking crazy like that, man. You're supposed to stop her right then and there, man. Because if not, that demon within her is going to continue to fly off, man.
Right? And it says, and all this did not Job sin with his lips.
Meaning he kept his integrity, man. You know, he believed in Yahweh Shem Shai until the very end, man. And that's why he received that great reward.
Right. It's Genesis 3:16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception.
Right. That's why these women have birth pains and shit when they're and having labor. But in the kingdom, that's going to go away. Go ahead.
In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire should be to thy husband.
Yeah, your desire is supposed to be to your husband. So actually, you're supposed to get off by making your husband happy. But in this society, everything is vice versa. That's why we got fucking R&B and shit, man. I was listening to Tank, and I just cut the fucking radio off. I deserve and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you need to be put to death for that shit, man.
And he shall rule over thee.
Right, and that's the process of what the brother was saying going into the New Testament, because the hierarchy within Israel is Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, the man and the female. You can't get to Yahweh Shai without going through your man, man.
Cool. This is Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
Right, so this is a whole, this was all devised by Esau, man. You know, and he devised his whole plan, man. You know, you could actually go and they actually got a document of how the CIA was like, they're gonna turn the black woman against the man, man. You know what was the woman named? Gloria Stein, that article you put up? I think it was Gloria Stein or something, man. Yeah. She basically go into how she turned the black woman against the black man, man. You know?
I say it's like, that's why, you know, them projects they got to receive those stamps. You can't have no man living there.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so that's blank. That's blank. That's what they wanted to do, man. In verse 2. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
So can I ask something? So shit, if your woman's based on Section 8, and you get caught up in the house just using it from that vantage point, what's gonna happen? You're gonna have to leave, man, or your woman's gonna get kicked off their assistance. And you know, and she's so committed into basically getting that money from Esau, you're gonna have to leave.
And then if I can say this, when it say so they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage, because what they like when they put the woman over the man, you know, that man come home, the kids look at the mother as the leader.
Oh yeah.
And then you know that's a man being oppressed in his own house, you know, and then he come home and his woman full of Esau philosophies, you know, cause she calling you, she judging you off of Esau standards, so-called white man standards. You know, she not going by the scripture. And then it said even a man and his heritage. You know, and what part is our heritage? Multiple women. You know, so he oppressing our heritage, man. He know that. You know, he know Jake love women. You know, Esau a damn faggot. That's why when you go to Roman history, they had all this power. All those Caesars had those powers, but they had one woman, and that was just to keep their bloodline going. But they sexual preference was men, man. So that's why it don't bother Esau that one woman shit. That just to be a front, you know, or just to keep the bloodline going, so he can have hopefully a son to pass that money down to. But you know, our culture, we dealt with plenty of women, and we had plenty of kids, man. You know.
Yeah, back in the Roman days, it was a common thing for every Roman citizen or Roman man to have a little boy. So that was
Little
like
boys.
Yeah, so it was like a common thing for them around that time frame. It's really no different today.
Because Esau knew eventually he was going to come back, man, and to receive that inheritance, man. That's why when you get to like the elite and shit like that, they want to keep that bloodline pure. You know what I'm saying? Because they know they going to come back. Well, not your ordinary Jakes now. I mean, not Jakes, but your Joe Bowles and shit, you know? Y'all got something? Y'all got something?
No, I don't. Look at the word oppress.
Oh, okay. You got something? You got
I
something?
got that word oppress in the Hebrew. Had that word oppress in the Hebrew, where it say oppress a man in his household.
Yeah. Even a man in his heritage.
Yeah, even a man in his heritage. The Hebrew word is a shock, which means to press upon, to oppress, to violate, to defraud, to do violence, to get deceitfully, to extort, to be exploited, which going to deceive, you know. So it say oppress a man in his household and his heritage, man. This is what they did. They deceived the household deceitfully. They violated it. They pressed upon it. Defrauded it. And violated, man. Them basically the points, though, man. You know, going back what you said, man.
Because what our heritage, man, what a man do with his woman was his business, man. You know, that's why especially I know brothers on child support, I hear that line all the time coming up. You gonna go put them white folks in our business? You know? You know, that was a common saying when Jake, you know, before the woman to go put him on child support, she first get to hollering about it. Like, you finna go put them white folks in our business, man. You know, because that's a violation. You know, just like the brother going into.
Come on.
Y'all want to get to Esau?
Come on.
All right. Deuteronomy 28:68 from the start.
Ready? So, 15 it jumps today. I did Deuteronomy 28:15. But it should come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken to the voice of the Most High thy power.
And it came to pass. That's why we're in a situation in this current state at this time. Go ahead.
To observe, to do all these commandments and statutes which I commanded thee this day, and all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Right. So from 15 all the way down to 68, we're living testimony of those curses, and throughout our past, our lives as well. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 28:68, and the Most High shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Yeah, and this is actually Egypt as we see, and what proves that? Look at your the back of the dollar bill, man, and the philosophies that actually we have been indoctrinated in. That's from a symbolic form. Go ahead.
With ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Right, so we came actually into America via the ships, man, and that has not happened or transpired no time in history up until the slave trade, man. Because when we came out of Egypt, with our forefather Moses, we actually walked up out of there, man. Go ahead.
Thou shalt see it no more.
And what shall we not see no more? Our land, man.
Again, and there ye should be sold unto your enemies.
To your enemies. So, go ahead.
For bondmen, bondwomen.
So what is a bondman and a bondwoman? That's actually going into being a slave, man.
And no man shall buy you.
Meaning no man shall buy you, and that's going actually into redeem. So the only person that's going to be able to redeem us is Yahweh Shai, you know. And actually he's doing that right now from a spiritual standpoint, you know. But at the same time, that's why you had leaders, you know what I'm saying, that come into power and you think they're going to do something back in the 50s, 60s, and the 70s, and they get assassinated because why? That's not their position. The only person that's going to redeem you is Yahweh Shai via his name. Yahweh Shai, Yah meaning he, Yahweh Shai is the deliverer or saver, man. He delivers, he saves. And who is he going to save? The elect.
I'll make this point.
Go ahead, boy.
Even with Nat Turner, he was coming straight out the scripture, but he wasn't gonna be able to break prophecy, you know, because the Most High not gonna break his prophecies for nothing, man.
Good point.
This Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 4. And thou even thyself. I'm gonna start at verse 1, then I'm gonna skip to verse 4. Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 1. The sin of Judah is written with a pen of iron and with the point of a diamond. It is graven upon the table of their heart and upon the horn of your altars. Verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee.
That proves that the prophets actually went into in slavery as well, because thou is thyself. You know, some people say that, you know what I'm saying, some of the prophets didn't go. Everybody went through slavery, man.
Daniel was in captivity in Babylon.
King David.
Right.
You know, and so what is our heritage, man? Basically, in a nutshell, our way of life, man. And what was the main thing to lose that connection, you know, was when Yahweh B'Shem Ashah took away the names, man. Because when you take away the names, you don't have that spiritual connection with them anymore. You know, you can't pray to Jesus and think you're going to actually tap into the spirit world and get Yahweh and Yahweh Shah's attention. You need the names, man. And that's a part of their living water.
Just say this, like the brother was saying, everybody goes through captivity. You gotta think, man. Yahweh Shah was born into captivity under the Romans. You know, I was looking at the documentary. Judea at the time was poor as hell, man. You know, Rome was balling, but Judea was poor as hell, man, when Yahweh Shah was born, man. You know, so everybody got a piece of their captivity, even the first begotten, man.
Yeah. That's a good point.
And thou even thyself shall discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to
losing our land too. You know what I'm saying? We lost. Not only did we lose the way of our life, but we lost our land, man.
Okay.
And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
Right. Via the Americas, man. North America, South America, and Central America. Because all our people are scattered throughout that landmass. But not even that, including the entire world, man. Because if you think about it from a spiritual standpoint, you know what I'm saying, all of us are still enslaved to this white man. Via your social security card, via the passport, so on and so forth, man.
For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever.
We fucked up, and that forever not meaning forever. It just means basically for a long period of time. And the only way that forever is going to end until those prophecies have been fulfilled, man.
This is Leviticus 26 and 15. And if you shall despise my statutes, or if your soul abhor my judgments, so that ye will not do all my commandments, but that ye break my covenant, I also will do this unto you. I will even appoint over you terror, consumption, and the burning ague that shall consume the eyes and cause sorrow of heart, and you shall sow your seed in vain, for your enemies shall eat it. And
man. So let's go into the whole time we've been over here, man. We basically, I had people basically starting, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native Americans. We basically built everything. We basically invented everything, man. But they reaping the benefits of it, man. They taking the credit for it and everything, man. They reaping the financial benefits and everything, man. So going back to where it say you should sow a seed. Read that part again.
She said, sow a seed in vain, and your enemy shall eat it.
There you go, man. You should sow a seed in vain, and your enemy shall eat it, man. That's symbolic of going into all your inventions and everything, man.
Got the word eat in Hebrew, and it's a call. And it said, and go to the point, it say to devour, slay of the sword.
Come.
And what's the modern day sword? The gun. That's why you can turn on the news and see Jake getting shot up, man. And it say also to devour of oppression. Hey,
and that's the spirit, man. It's going right back into that oppression, man, which means to take by violence, to press upon, they say oppress a man in his heritage and even his household. They beat our heritage out of us, man. Going back to that MIcah, the 2nd chapter, we just didn't, forget our heritage, man. They actually beat it out of us and re-educated us, man. When you probably had some of our strong men who died off who still remember, but when they died off, they was raising the kids, you know what I'm saying? And then they was teaching them what they want them to learn, It wasn't like the father was there, That's what that whole break bucking thing was about. And then when the women saw that, the women bowed down. They ain't want that to happen to their son, you know what I'm saying? They children, so they just bowed down to the philosophy of Esau, man.
Can I say that? Like, it's a good example like Roots, 12-year slave. They want him to say his name was
Cool.
Yeah, instead of that, his name is Toby.
Right,
and they basically beat his name out of basically the same thing they did to our heritage.
And that's why his parents instilled how important your name was.
Right.
Because if you lose your name, that's the beginning of losing everything. Man.
And just to say this, so how important is the name, to you folks just say the name don't matter. Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, man. How important are those two names?
And that's why Toby tried to. That's why he tried to hold on to it now, because it was so important. Because for the first couple of years he was on the plantation, he was still speaking whether it was Hebrew.
Yeah.
He was still on his whole trying to hold on to his culture, because he seen the rest of these people and they ain't know nothing.
I got free stuff.
This on verse 7, man. This is verse 17 back in Leviticus 26. And I will set my face against you, and ye shall be slain before your enemies.
There you go, man. So it was all going back to the curses that the brother read, man. We didn't keep the laws, statutes, and the commandments. So the Most High he always used the other nations to punish us, man. But Esau was basically created to be the wicked. So when they took us down, man, they remember that. They remember when Jacob supplanted them in their spirit, man. So from that time on, they thing is to wipe us out, man.
I want that birthright back though.
Come.
He said, what's the point? He said, they that hate you shall reign over you, and ye shall flee when none pursue of you.
There you go, man. They that hate you shall reign over you. You should flee when none pursues you, man. Going back to how they shoot Jake down in the streets, man. Yeah, Jake on the ground with his hands up and they blast him, man.
Or what about when you driving on that street at nighttime and you see them blue lights and shit, you get scared, you put your seatbelt on, cut the radio down, and motherfucker go around you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't even pursuing you, but you shook though in the spirit though,
Come.
I got a precept I was going into we was gonna get an account for our labors. Job 24:6. I was gonna skip around. They reap every one his corn in the field, and they gather the vintage of the wicked. It says they cause the naked to lodge without clothing, that they have no covering in the cold.
You said that's Job 20:6?
24.
Verse 9, they pluck the fatherless from the breast and take a pledge of the poor.
There you go, man. They pluck the fatherless from the breast, man. That's how they do, man. They start when that child young, man, and basically indoctrinate them, man. And Because when we came up as kids, by the time we was able to talk and walk,